Hello everyone, Alucard the Scarlet Impaler here with a pretty substantial State of the Union. It comes with a heavy heart, but I'm now, by the time this video is up, the shop is now closed. You guys probably have a lot of questions, and I will answer them. I'm pretty sure I'll cover all my bases here. If there isn't anything else, please shoot me a message on Instagram or over Etsy or Facebook page. I'm still trying to figure out Twitter, so let's try not to use Twitter. Alright, so the shop is closed, and the reasons why, there's a few reasons why. One, it's because I was being overworked and it was bad for my health. I wasn't making enough, or there wasn't enough business to really hire extra help or do everything myself. And I've expressed this before over social media, but it just wasn't healthy for me, and I couldn't continue doing what I was doing like that. The other reason is because I need to catch up on everyone's orders. There's a backlog, and then the health issues in July pushed everything pretty back again, even further. So, excuse me. So there's the second reason, and also there was I feel that if I'm to push the shop any further, I'm gonna have to shut everything down, rethink a few things, replan a few things, and then go from there. Now there was something else. Another reason why. I forgot. Hopefully I'll remember it. I don't want to have to keep on doing these videos, or re-recording this one video. If I remember, I'll continue on. Or I'll say it again. Alright, so the shop was closed for those reasons, and for the future, if you're wondering about where's your orders, it's simple. They're gonna get done. The shop's only temporarily closing. I'm still have those responsibilities to all of you that have orders, and there's no way I'm gonna try to sweep that under the rug, or take people's monies and run. That's very heinous, and I think it's actually kind of laughable to think that I would pull something like that. With that said, here are my future plans. First and foremost is to get all the non-Real Ghostbusters PKE orders finished and out. Luckily, these are pretty small, and there's only a few of them. But I want to get those out of the way first, just so I could solely focus on the Real Ghostbusters PKEs. And that should take a few months to catch up on everyone's stuff and be 100% caught up. Everyone get the items. Oh yeah, that's right. This is what I forgot to say. I know I haven't been active on social media as of late, and that's because I kind of wanted the shop to close down slowly and kind of silently. If you shared, if you posted outreach or talked about how the shop closing and you should pick up on one, I appreciate the gesture. I really do. But in regards to simplicity for my plans, I just wanted it to silently go out until now. It would make things easier for me in the long run, not having to worry about any more orders or getting more varied amount of orders in. So yeah, that's why I've been silent the past couple days, the past week or so, and yeah. Was there anything else on that aspect, on that note? No, yeah, I just wanted things to go out silently. It would make things easier for me, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. Alright, so the future. Okay, so back to the plans. Alright, so after what's going to happen after everyone's catching up? Because I'm pretty sure some of yours questions is, oh, when will he reopen up? When will there be more items? Or will there be more items? What about, Ghostbusters Trap, Pack, more Neptunia swords, light up swords, Star Wars stuff? It's there's a lot. There's a lot for sure. So I'm probably. So what's gonna happen is that I expect to be completely caught up with all the Ghostbusters stuff in November, latest December. In that time, I plan on doing at least 2 more Belt Gizmo runs in between, one before Halloween and one afterwards, and then one more Vampire Killer run, which I've been talking about. And after that, after I'm all caught up and those are done and over with, I'm gonna clean up shop a bit. I have a couple B grade, less than perfect PKE meters and kits that I'm probably going to assemble and just sell for a lower price, ready to ship. But after that, and shop is truly closed, I'm probably going to open up sometime in January or February, sometime early next year. I know that's kind of far out, but after the shop is closed, I really need to take some time to just chill. I am going to be working on new things. I'm going to try to work on new things during that time, so it's not just a complete, completely chill. As I know some people expect me to work 100% of the time, 24/7. But I'm going to need to take things chill. This past year for me, since last July, has been incredibly nightmarish and abysmal for me. And I'm going to need to take a break, take a bit of a break. One thing I am eyeing to do for the relaunch of the shop is to do a 1.5 or like a version 2 of the PKE meters. Seeing what some of the mods, some of the other Ghostbuster groups and ghost heads have done, I have a few new ideas of how I want to take this even further before I started to get into some of the more, no pun intended, extreme stuff. More lights, sounds, holsters, or some sort of belt clip. So I've got a few ideas. Shout out to, Sickle City Ghostbusters that did a really awesome mod on one of my PKEs. Real good stuff, by the way. So there's going to be a relaunch of that, and some of my items won't be available from the start, so like the Extreme Ghostbuster stuff, the PKEs maybe, but the Proton and Kylie's Proton gun, that's going to be a bit while, because I want to reconfigure the Kylie gun and try out some new things for the main Proton gun from Extreme Ghostbusters. But most of the other stuff, like the Neptunia, Pokemon trading card game, Toho, almost everything I had up before is going to be made available again. It's just some of the stuff that really needs some reworking and some, I guess, modernization or remade with some of the newer ideas. Those are still going to be a bit. And I think it's actually a bit ironic, not necessarily bad. But just change things here, because I'm not sure if there's anything else I have to say about the shop reopening. I don't want to let out too much and then fail to deliver when I do reopen. So I'll just leave it at that. Actually, September starts but it symbolizes when I actually open in the shop. Back in 2017, September 2017, I originally opened the shop. I started to offer my original Pokemon accessories and some Neptunia cosplay accessories. Pokemon accessories being the traded card game deck boxes I have. It was meant I'm going to take a bit of a time to reflect on this because I've came quite a far way since then. I initially, so going back even further, I got into 3D printing around 2016 or 2015. Has a additive for my cosplay. I was at a small con in Delaware called Thigh Geekdom Con, or Thigh Geekdom Con, something like that. And it was just a real small con. I was heading up to Jersey for the weekend like I tried to do every month, and I stopped off there. And it was a table for a local 3D printing store called Printed Solid, who's out of Newark, Delaware. And actually really not far out of the way on the road up to Jersey. But one thing that caught my mind was it was a small little class saying, hey, you pay, like, I think it was like $500-$600, somewhere between dollars, and it was an introductory course with take your own printer home. And after that, I was hooked. I ordered a few more printers, a couple Ultimakers, a few other ones, like very, very horrible DaVinci printer. Don't buy DaVinci printers. And it kind of went from there. And then I got enough. I was really, going at it for my own personal stuff. Then I realized something about a year later, that I could actually do something with it, make a few extra side dollars, and I was actually getting that thanks to Green with Evil, old buddy of mine, old friend of mine. I started to get back to the Pokemon games, or the trading card game rather, and so I was just printing stuff I found on Thingiverse, deck boxes, dice boxes, and I never liked a lot of that stuff, so I came up with my own system. That's why I came up with the ultimate Pokemon deck box. And that's how, and after that, I decided to launch the shop with that. I also decided to launch with Neptunia cosplay accessories. And from there, when I launched in September, I didn't break any new ground, so to speak, but it was a pretty good start. It was a pretty great start, and my contract at that job was my main-time job, or my full-time job at that point, was kind of ending, and I wanted to focus on my job, focus on getting the side business, or this newfound business open, or rather go in and increase in creating new items and whatnot. And I was doing pretty fine. Fast forward a year, I got another job, maybe not a year, well, like 8 months. I got another job, and then that kind of went down the drain. Complicated situation. And that forced me to really focus on my Etsy, because it's the only thing making me money, or the only thing really keeping me alive. So from there, that's when the whole nightmarish year I've had really started to kick in, was last July. And since then, it's been crazy, but you guys did a whole lot for me and gave me ideas, and I was I guess, like, during the beginning of that year, this hell year, I was just watching Ghostbusters. I wanted to watch all of the Ghostbusters things I can, so I was watching the movies, the cartoons, and I rewatched Extreme Ghostbusters, and I had it was kind of uplifting to watch, because that's a really good cartoon. It's very underrated, but it's really good. And I decided to make Extreme Ghostbusters stuff. I checked online, and no one else was really selling kits. You could see a bunch of movie kits, and no one really ever touched Extreme Ghostbusters. So I'm like, you know what? I love Extreme Ghostbusters, and I'm kind of sad to not see anyone else really offering anything from it. So I made the PKE, I made the Photon Gun, Kylie's pack, and I had some big plans for Extreme Ghostbusters. But then someone gave me the idea. It's like, hey, why don't you make a real Ghostbusters PKE? And that was kind of like mind-blowing for me, because I'm like, Okay. I'll think about it. And then I go online and again, I check to see if anybody else has done any real Ghostbusters props. And there really wasn't any. And I think there are a few now. I ended up motivating a few others to do more real Ghostbuster stuff, but there wasn't really anything else. So I did one up. I thought it was pretty good, and then I was constantly tweaking it every now and then fast forward to late January when Ghostbusters News did that awesome video. Everything's been different from them, and you guys know the story because you guys have been following me on like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and whatever. So it's been a great time. It's been a hellish time because of those parts, but how far I've come since then is actually kind of amazing, and there's not a whole lot of time I am able to reflect and see how far I came from the guy who just owned, one random 3D printer at a small random nerd convention in Delaware of all places, and kind of just everything just snowballed into where I am now. So, and honestly, I don't think I really bring that much stuff to the table outside of, I don't know, maybe like fair pricing and taking on niches no one else has really done. And so I don't feel myself to be that special. But so I guess like a lot of the thanks to most of this has to really be all my supporters and everyone who I've dealt business with. It's all you guys. You guys have been great. I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I would not be here today without you guys, without everyone who has helped me from just signing a like, retweet, share, do outreach, just tell a buddy, so on and so forth. It's been a great time. And I really look forward to continuing and doing more for everyone. And even though I'm closing up shop on the month that I started, which is the ironic part, which I'm not sure if I said that before, and I never got it until now. Either way, it is a bit ironic, but not in a bad way. And I think it's good. I think this is the best move, honestly, is to close down the shop and catch up on everything before going any further. And to end this, I want to say thank you to everyone. It's been a crazy ride. It's been good. It started out good, then got crazy and hellish, but it's all been good, and I have a lot of people to thank for that, and I really do appreciate it. I said this many times in the past, but I do thank everyone for their support. Now things can only go up from here. So again, I appreciate it, and it's been good. Let's make next year's State of the Union or the next State of the Union be even better than just a shop closure explained and a bit of history. So next one, or maybe a year from now, things will, I don't know what, I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm just gonna go with the flow at this point. That's how I'm here. I'm just gonna roll with the punches and just see how things go. I do think and believe things are gonna go pretty great from here. So with that said, I think I covered everything, and so I want you guys to have a great weekend. And I'm sorry if you guys didn't get any last orders in. Hopefully this video explained why I closed the shop, sort of abruptly or silently, and I hope you'll still be interested in the future. If not, oh well. Life goes on. Yeah, alright, well, Everyone, have yourself a great night, a great weekend, and if you're in the U.S., have a great Labor Day weekend. Don't burn yourself on the grill. Oh, wow, my old Marine Corps horrible Liberty briefs coming back to me, which is probably not the best thing. But yeah, okay, yeah. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Be awesome. Be kind to each and every one of each other, and keep rocking on. Have a good one.